Hey there, I'm Coach Michael Burt, the Super Coach, and every week I like to come into your life really to do three things, guys. I like to multiply your life, I like to multiply your money, and I like to multiply your business, which is the business I'm in as a Super Coach. So I'm live at the Greatness Factory today. I hope you're doing great. We've been making calls, we've been having meetings, we've been working deals, and my hope is that you are out there in the world doing the same thing, right? Like you're not playing defense. You're playing offense. You're in an offensive position. You're in an offensive mindset. And today, I got a great show for you because I keep hearing the same thing, okay? I keep hearing the same thing. Coach, you got a real methodology. Coach, you got a real methodology. Coach, you got a real methodology. Coach, the one thing that separates you from all these other people is you got a real methodology. So today on Super Coach, I'm going to unpack the sales methodology of a big-time monster. And I'm going to allow you to figure out where you have a missing structure. And if we just find and fill this missing structure, you're going to pick up a huge lift of potentially hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars of new business. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and you, my friends, are watching Super Coach.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
Welcome to Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Monday. Hope you're doing great. All the people out there, blew up my microphone there. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and let me start with just some core beliefs that I have, because I believe every action you take is driven by your thoughts, and your thoughts are no wiser than your understandings. I believe money changes hands when problems are solved. I believe roughly 16% of people will be open and inviting to an idea that you have. I believe selling is really just partnering with another person who believes the same things you do to solve a problem. And I believe, more than anything, I just told my sales team this, I believe that right now you have to convince people that by investing money with you, a statistic will move in a business. You're gonna invest this to get this. You're not selling a program, you're not selling a product, you're not selling a service, you're selling an outcome. And the outcome has to be so significant today. It has to be so great today. They have to believe that if they invest the money with you, they could get a significant lift in their business. And every day I'm on sales calls and I'm asking people to invest money in their coaching. I'm asking people to invest money in themselves. I'm asking people to invest in their operations. I'm asking people to invest in their business. Now, that's hard for a person to do when they're scared to death about where their next dollar is going to come from, or if they've shown a drop in their business. You, the monster salesperson, has to convince them that out of all the money you could invest and out of anything you could invest, you need to invest it right here, because I'm going to show you a path. I'm going to give you a methodology. I'm going to show you a system. We're going to find the missing structure that you have. This is the job of the monster salesperson, to convince the person that if they take action, they're going to be in a better position at some point in the future, okay? So today, I'm going to break down a little bit of my methodology, because I constantly hear on sales calls. I was just on a sales call with a gentleman in London who said, I've been following you since you spoke at 10X. I've worked with some of the top people in the world, but it appears to me that you have a true methodology. Okay, you have a process, you have a system, and we do. We call it the Monster Growth System. It's taken me roughly 12 years, maybe more, to develop that system. But the beauty of the system is that as you work the system works. And the best part of the system is it creates predictable activity, predictable mindsets, predictable outcomes. So we're going to talk about the sales methodology of a monster. And we're going to divide it into 6 parts, okay? And so if you're out there and you're trying to sell, you have a sales team, you got a business, you're trying to generate new business, this system is like having a spread offense with 57 options in it. You know, if you've been watching the Michael Jordan series about The Last Dance, you know, Tex Winter had the triangle offense, and the triangle offense had, 38 different variations of it. Well, my selling system has 38 different variations. Very few people are working the full utility of the system. So let me break the system down, and we'll go over 3 parts now, then we'll take a break and go over 3 more parts. The first part of the system is the activation of Pray Drive. Okay, and I can't tell you how many people I talk to in a day, how many webinars, how many strategy sessions where people say, I've lost all of my drive, I've lost my motivation, I'm working from home, I'm not producing at a high frequency, I've gotten out of a structure, I know I should be prospecting. What's really happened is the Pray Drive in you has not been activated. Pray Drive, instinctual ability to see something and go get it. Okay, that Pray Drive can be activated by competition, fear of loss, environment, exposure, embarrassment, hurt feelings, compensation, mastery, autonomy, purpose. Like, there are so many activators of Pray Drive. I focus on 5 consistently. But the first part of the system is we have to find something that flips the switch in you. Because without that, it's just going through the motions. It's just putting in the minimum amount of work. It's just playing small ball. It's just amateur hour, man. That's all it is. Until the Pray Drive is activated, you have to make a decision to leave your amateur desires behind and step up to the big leagues. So if you're making 4 sales calls a day, here's the numbers, guys. Roughly 16% of people will be open and inviting to what you have to say. 16%. If you make 4 phone calls, that's 16%. That's a pretty small number. Okay, or text messages or follow-ups or whatever the case may be. In my opinion, you don't have enough effort. You're still playing in the amateurs, man. You're still not getting in front of enough people. Now, I love batching sales calls together, meaning I do strategy calls with people, and which puts me in front of maybe the whole company. Could put me in front of 40 people or 50 people or 200 people. So it's like I'm taking a meeting with one person to 200 people. That's called batching. Instead of making 200 phone calls, I'd rather do a 40-minute session for 200 people. And in that session, they come to their own conclusion, this dude can help me. Okay? So first thing is Pray Drive. My personal Pray Drive is activated through fear of loss. Okay? When I get a hurt feeling, I want to convert that hurt feeling to an action immediately. Right? When I have a hurt feeling, I don't whine, I don't complain, I don't make excuses. Maybe I pout for a minute, maybe I whine for a minute, but then boom, let's go. Let's do something. That's activation of Pray Drive, okay? So for you, the first step of the system is we have to activate this drive. Now, if I could get a hand raise or a like button, and for all of you out there watching this, how many of you have sales teams that you know the Pray Drive has not been activated in those people, or it has been deactivated? It has been deactivated, right? And when you think about the deactivation of a Pray Drive, here's what I want you to know. Some people, man, the world has just beat the Pray Drive out of them. They had it. The business is not producing revenue. It's easy to go to bed depressed. It's easy to go to bed down. It's easy to wake up depressed. It's easy to come through that. And it's like, man, how do you do it? Okay, how do you do it? So number one is we got to activate and reactivate your Pray Drive. The number one way to do that, by the way, is have a coach. Every Monday, I meet with every monster producer at 4:30. I do a call. There's 900 people register for that call. Isn't that ridiculous, Jack? 900 people are registered for my Monday's call. Now, here's the deal. Only 100 of them show up. But those are the 100 that are in the game, right? So the first step is activation of Pray Drive. The second piece of the selling system, the Monster Growth System, is the explanation of service. And we believe having something to say is just as valuable as having somebody to say it to. Okay, now this explanation of service was created by Tom Love, who's in our coaching program, and he read the book Person of Interest and Start With Why and the Challenger Sale, and he created a framework, okay? And we utilize that framework to teach you a 6-step framework to explain your services in a world-class way. It looks like this. Don't tell me what you do. Lead with what you believe. People do business with other people that believe the same things they do. People don't care what you do. I actually don't believe that people care why you do it, to be honest with you. I think people line up with other people that believe the same things they do. I don't know that I'm motivated by your why. I think you're motivated by your why. I think I'm motivated that I lean toward people who believe the same things I do. If you're a hard worker, I lean toward hard worker. If you came from nothing and went from nobody to somebody, I lean toward you. If you put the work in, and I know you put the work in, I lean toward you. Like, I move toward people that I believe the same thing. So first, don't tell me what you do. Tell me what you believe. I believe everybody needs a good coach. I believe a good coach can change your life. I believe those that have a coach earn 3 and 4 times the amount of money than those that don't. Now, the second step is tell me why you believe what you do. This is what you believe. This is why I believe it. Hey, this gives me a chance to believe it too. So you may hear me say, I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Now, let me tell you why I believe that. I believe you can't see the picture when you're inside the frame, right? I believe we're too close, too emotional, too biased to really see it. So give me a good reason why you believe it. Here's what I believe. Here's why I believe it. Because of my beliefs, this is what we do. Notice we didn't use what we do until the third thing here. This is what I believe. This is why I believe it. This is what we do. All right? Tell me what you do. Boom, boom, boom. There's 3 things we do here. Make it simple. We take complicated stuff and we make it simple. We take simple stuff, we make it complicated. We package and deliver concepts in a way that does this. We help you increase your sales by 40%. Whatever you do, tell me what it is you do. Now, tell me how you do it different. Tell me how you do it different than everybody else. Well, there's really 3 ways we do it different. If you hear me ever explain our coaching program, A Monster Producer, I say, well, there's a couple ways we do it different. Number 1, you get me. You don't sign up for Coach Burt and get old Coach Kurt. Okay? Number 2, we coach every week. Every Monday, we do live coaching calls. We put something in there every single day. You can get daily coaching if you plug in. That's different than other programs. Okay? We combine live events with online programming, with deep accountability of the whole group. Now here's my point. That's what makes us different than everybody else. Okay? Now, once you've told me how you do it different, tell me who you've done it for. This is called social proof. This is called credibility indicators. Who have you worked with? What outcomes have you gotten? Give me a chance to believe I can get those outcomes too. And then come back with the boom, the right hand. If I could do it for you, like I have done it for all these other people, what would stop us from moving forward? Most people may have an elevator pitch, but they don't have an explanation of service. They do not have a world class. They don't have a framework. They don't have a curriculum. They don't work through the EOS. So let's look at our missing structure so far, because we're talking about the sales methodology of a monster. First thing a monster's got is high prey drive, big engine, willingness to go, confront, attack, pursue, work the muscle, pick up the rocks. Okay, that's what a big time monster has, man. They got a high prey drive. Okay, where there's a want to, they can find a how to. Guarantee it. Okay, number 2, they got a world class explanation of service. Number 3, they got a selling system. Now, I wrote a book that's coming out really, I think in the next week or 2, called The Legacy Selling System. And the Legacy Selling System breaks down a plan to go out and generate customers. Let me ask you a question. What's the top 4 things you do to produce money? Every day I got a hit list. Every day I got a farm club. Every day I got a top 25. Every day I'm planning events and associations. Now, let me say this again. Every day I got a hit list. Every day I got a farm club. Every day I got a top 25, and every day I'm doing showcase events. I'm working my strategic partners. I'm getting in front of people, whether it be webinars, whether it be anything I can, online summits, anything I can to get in front of what? More people. To do what? Showcase my abilities. Could be podcast. Could be things like this. But I'm working a specific system. And in that system is giving me the flexibility. There's that triangle offense. As I'm working my hit list, new money. I'm working my farm club, people who have indicated interest that I haven't closed. I'm working my top 25. These are my biggest advocates. I'm working my showcases, or what I call associations. I'm working these new associations, which are new people that open new doors for me. For example, I just agreed to be with Tim Story next week on his World Shaker Network. I was just on a conference this weekend that 15,000 people have already watched. I'm doing Brad Blazer Summit this week, and I've got Ramiz Hakim on tonight with me on ration responsibility. I've got Todd Turnwall with me tomorrow, how to go to the next level. I'm doing a 3-hour sales summit next week with the boys from North Star, like I did a virtual summit with Cody Askins. Like here's the deal, man. It all goes to zero at midnight. We got to go produce more. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. Most people are wasting 3.5, 4 hours a day in the sales cycle. You don't have 3.5 to 4 hours to waste in the sales cycle. Every movement matters right now. There is no wasted movement. Do you understand that? There is no wasted phone call. There is no wasted text message. There is no wasted follow-up. There is no wasted movement. See, right now you could already say we're losing money because we don't have a Pray Drive activated in our team. We don't have a good explanation of service, and we do not have a selling system, which is a coordinated way to generate business every day. Right? Now, when you start layering on that, database, social media, right? Ads, marketing, advertising, new customers, net promoters, and you start building the selling system out, which is in the new book I wrote called Legacy Selling. When you see the depth of this thing, it literally is just like Tex Winter's triangle offense with 57 options. Now, when I come back, I'm going to show you 4, 5, and 6 of the monster sales system. When I'm coaching people, I'm coaching them to this system. It's not pop-up psychology. It's not pure motivation every week. It is truly a methodology to get a significant increase in your business. The only reason you're going to hire me as your coach is because you believe I can help you make more money. You believe I can help you get to a higher frequency, right? That's the reason. Well, this is the method that I use, the sales methodology of a monster. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach. Come on back and get the last 3 parts of the system, and then let's help you perfect that system. Hi, I'm Coach Michael Burt. To get a free copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster, text 678-506-7543. Text to get a copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster, and I'm going to turn you into a legendary creature. Welcome back to Super Coach. You can get this on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic. You can get it on YouTube. So we'd love for you to download. I know we picked up about 2,000 new subscribers on YouTube during this period. So good thing. We're pumping out content every day, guys. My Pray Drive is activated higher than it's ever been. I'm in the best shape of my life. I weighed 167.5 last night. I mean, if I got down to 165, I think, man, that's it. That's my Mayweather weight. I got my Hotze vitamins clicking. I got my energy high. I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. And guess what? Just like old King David getting into the battle, right? He only got himself into trouble, guys, when he stayed home. Saw Bathsheba up there on the rooftop bathing. He didn't go into battle. That's the time that got him, right? So I'm encouraging you. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. It all goes to zero at midnight, right? And we go to bed tired and we wake up hungry. Now, when we wake up hungry, what do? See, it's one thing to get all psyched up, inspired. The word inspired means to breathe life into. But you got to be like a pit bull on a bone. You got to have a methodology. The power is in the system. If I had 150 sales reps or 200 sales reps or 300 sales reps, I'd want to know, what are y'all doing every day? They're working a system. Now, the difference between my system, the Monster Growth System, and other people's system is other people tell you what to say when you get in front of a prospect, but they don't tell you how to get in front of prospects. They don't tell you how to go the distance in the follow-up. They don't give you the methodology to drive 6 referrals out of every deal. So today we're covering the sales methodology of a monster. Monster producer, legendary creature. Sales, money changes hands when problems are solved. Selling is presenting ideas, an exchange of fair value for services, right? So I gave you the first 3 of the system: Pray Drive, explanation of service, selling system. Now, let me give you 4, 5, and 6. And you don't want to miss this, because if you get half the system right and you don't get this part right, you're going to be deficient. Number 4 part of the system is the $1 Million Follow-Up. And I wrote a book on this called $1 Million Follow-Up. I wrote that book on a plane ride back from somewhere because I was so disgusted with how people follow up with me. If you've had revelation about your product or service and you got conviction about your product and service, at least go the distance to get someone's attention, to get and keep their attention, to explain your value. So the $1 Million follow-up says that we need to have a 7 to 15 touch system after a person indicates interest. Now, it may take us 7 touches to get and keep their attention. It may take 7 more touches once we've explained our value, located a significant problem, offered a compelling solution. It may take us 7 to 15 more touches to get them across the finish line. I sent out a deal today that I have been working on for at least a year. Text messaging, emails, jabbing, until there's a problem, right? And then it's like, okay, we have a problem. Coach, can you help us? Okay, what is that right there, Jack? Okay, now, right? It's like, boom, here we go. Send over a proposal. That's what I love to hear. I love it when they say, look, how much is it going to cost me, Coach? I've been putting you off for a year, but I'm ready to go. How much is it going to cost me? Hey, it ain't cost you anything. Coaching's free. Okay? What's going to cost you is not doing it. How much is it costing you not doing it? That's what you need to be thinking. So the follow-up is 7 touches, 2 types of touches, linear and nonlinear. Linear is direct. A linear touch is, have you seen enough to make a decision? Is there anything prohibiting you from taking action? It seems like you want to get started. Are you ready to go? It sounds like this is the perfect plan for you. We lose 10% of momentum every day we don't act. That's direct. Nonlinear is, I'm going to send you a video. See my philosophy on this. Nonlinear is, hey, let me send you 3 examples of people we've helped. Nonlinear is, I'm going to send you a copy of my book. Read it. Let me know what you think about it. Okay? Nobody knows if there's a possibility or not a possibility. You can't control the response. All you can control is the stimulus. I've got this book called The Accountable Church, and it's for church leaders. And so I sent a message to Stephen Furtick, pastor at Elevation Church, on Instagram. He didn't respond to me, and that's okay, although I try to respond to everybody that sends me a message. And I said, man, I got this book called The Accountable Church. With a mind like yours, I think you'll appreciate it. I'm going to ship it to your church, sign it. Let me know what you think about it. Now, he may never respond to me. Never. He may never get back to me. He may never even open the book. He may never read the book. But what if he does? What if he opens it? What if he reads it? What if he likes it? What if he tells T.D. Jakes that he needs to read it? What if he goes out and tells everybody in the whole church group that they need to read it? Who knows what could happen? I can't control what could happen. All I can control is my stimulus. An object at rest will stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. That's Newton's law. You have to be the outside force. Selling is about getting and keeping attention, guys. So the 4th step of the system is the $1 Million follow-up. The 5th step of the system, and I feel like I'm giving you a lot of value today, guys. If you like the value I'm giving, give me a heart. Say something. Give me a bump. Give me a nudge. Give me an angry. It don't matter to me. Just give me something, right? So the 5th step of the system is the extraction of referrals. Most sales stats tell us that you should be getting between 4 and 6 referrals per transaction if you do a great job of engaging with your clients, right? We have a saying in our office, where there's no engagement, there can be no change, and where there's no change, there is nothing to talk about. So I believe in engagement, which is why I do the Monday calls, private Facebook group, all those things. We're looking for people to engage, work with us, touch. Like, we're pumping out content. We're trying to go through all the people to find out who's serious and who's not serious. But here's what I think. You use the law of diffusion. Take your top 20 clients, top 50 clients. Take 100 of your clients. Roughly 16% of them, that's 16, will be totally on board and engaged with you. They love you, you love them. Engage with them more. Guess what they'll do? They'll bring you new people, right? Give them something to get excited about. Give them something to have an affinity with. Engage with them. Out of every 350 people you have, roughly 52.8 of those people will be on board with you. They will tell other people about you. They will push for you. They will fight for you, but not if you don't fight for them. People are inherently selfish. If there's nothing in it for them, what likelihood do they have to fight for you? So what are you bringing them? Energy, bring an idea, bring a tactic, bring a relationship, bring a strategy, bring a value, bring something to the table. I always say bring a gift, and the gift could be a compliment. The gift could be an introduction. Okay? I was on this show on Saturday, and Gary Chapman was on there. You know, he wrote the 5 love languages. And my love language in business is simple. Help me grow my business. Bring me new customers. Bring me new revenue. Help me grow the business. That's my love language. So the best thing, my clients, when they say, can I do anything for you? Tell people about it. Tell people what it's done in your life. Bring me referrals. Okay, if I can get 4 to 6 referrals out of every person, right? Like if I can do that, then we're going to grow. So the 5th part of the system is, how do you build a top 25? 25 people that love you, 25 people that are fighting for you, 25 people that will refer you. How do you engage with those people on a consistent basis? How do you create unique moments with those people? Okay, and how do they go help you grow your business? Now, let's finish this puppy up. Thank you guys for staying on here with me. I know a percentage of you have stuck on here with me. Thank you for that. Because there's nothing like singing a song to nobody listening to it. You know, it's like a musician playing to 3 people. So thank you for exchanging energy with me today. I wanted to bring you value, the sales methodology of a monster producer. This is what we coach people on in our coaching program, by the way. The 6th piece is called person of interest. And this is the ultimate position you want to be in, where you are in demand. You are the buyer versus the seller. You are in the business of transformation. You are so good that other people want a piece of you, piece of your knowledge, piece of your skill, piece of your desire, piece of your confidence, piece of your likability. They want to be associated with you. You are in a position of power and authority. You are a person of increase. People see you as a person of advancement. And because that, people are gravitating to you. Now, being a person of interest ain't easy. You got to bring something to the table. You got to have a unique methodology. You got to create a unique process. You got to distribute that process to the world. You got to follow up like crazy. You got to get ridiculous results. Like, I've never met a lazy person of interest. So how do we become this POI? Well, we got to create something. We got to do something. We got to move something. We got to start something. We got to finish something. We got to, like, people of interest have ingredients. And the reason I put person of interest at the end versus the beginning of the system is because I think when you when you move about the planet with purpose, and you got a high prey drive, and you got an explanation of value and service, and you have a selling system, and you're following up, and you're getting referrals, and you're engaging, your person of interest score, boom, goes up. You become an in-demand person. This is a hard thing to do in today's world. It's not easy. There's so much competition. There's so much saturation. There's so much commoditization. So you really have to create something special. You know, like I wrote down on Saturday after listening to Dr. Chapman, what's my 5 love languages? What's my 7 habits? What's my 5 dysfunctions of teams? What's my, boom, big 10X? What's my concept, right? Like, you need this concept to be this person of interest. Now, let's review, and then we'll get you out of here, and thank you for watching today. There's 6 parts of the sales methodology that I teach. One is activation of prey drive. I'm writing a book on that right now, hopefully getting a national book deal on. Number 2, how do you build a world-class EOS, explanation of service? Number 3, how do you work a selling system every day that is a calculated and coordinated attack? It's my triangle offense for businesses. How do you follow up like a fanatic professionally without stalking people? How do you generate referrals? And ultimately, how do you become a person of interest? If you're a monster producer, you're going to learn these things. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to show an increase in your life and an increase in your business like you can't imagine. And that's why everybody needs a good coach in life. Every week, guys, I come to you. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Come on, Jack. Let me give you a little clap in there. Thank you so much for joining me this week, guys. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. Every Tuesday, Thursday, I'm pumping out content every month in Monster Producer, and hopefully look forward to having an event soon, getting you back in the Greatness Factory. Don't leave here without knowing this. You have the potential. That's an idea of embryonic growth, that you'll be better today than where you were yesterday. Kinetic energy is stored until utilized. A good coach will activate that in you. My hope is that Super Coach does it for you every single week. I'm Coach Michael Burt, and the number one book that I've written over the last couple of years that could help you during these unusual times is a book I wrote called Inside the Mind of a Monster. Now, I want to give you that book. All you have to do is text 678-506-7543. Because when you text that in, I'm going to give you a copy of my book, Inside the Mind of a Monster. And it's going to show you the habits and mindsets of top producers and how they attack every single day versus play defense. Don't you want to play offense? Get this book. I'm giving it to you, and I'm telling you, I'm going to turn you into a legendary creature.